Hey everybody, it's Gomedex and welcome back to another Pick 2 draft of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Without further ado, let's get into the Pack 1 Pick 1, which honestly is not a very good pack. I'm not a huge fan of any of these cards except these uncommons, or sorry, these commons. These are some of my favorite commons in the set. The Ninja Cavalry is great for all the go wide white decks, it's great for the sneak white decks, and it's great for the blue-red artifacts deck, so it's a really flexible one thanks to its hybrid cost. And then Manhole Missile is just great efficient removal. April and Old Hob are both okay uncommons, but they both feel a little bit slow for their costs. Part of that has been self-imposed with Old Hob, where I didn't know exactly how he worked before, where you can actually keep your mutants around, but I haven't been overly impressed by either of these. And then their rare is just kind of an expensive tutor, and tutors are not very good in regular draft. They're great in cube draft, but just in a regular premier draft or pick 2 draft, they're not that exciting. All right, what do we got? Pick 2. We got Mouser Foundry, so we can stick to red off of these cards, and then whatever this is like a constructed-oriented card. It's not very good in draft. 2 mana, 3, 2 menace. That's a little difficult to cast. And then when people are casting spells for less than their mana value, they're getting shot for 3. That's really for standard and commander and all of the constructed formats. So what's the best off-color card here? Maybe Grounded for Life for removal spell towards that red-white tokens deck. There's nothing here for like blue-red. The green cards aren't exciting enough to really speculate on, except maybe Frog Butler. Another pack without too much going on. I'll take Grounded for Life and Mouser Foundry. Okay, well, pick 3 here has some goodies. Green-red is not a supported archetype. You will not see any green-red multicolored cards at common or uncommon. But Courier of Comestibles is a very good card with any of the food that enter the battlefield and do something. And there's one in most colors? I don't remember. There's a green one, a black one, a red one for sure. Bot Bashing Time's a solid red removal spell to stick to that, but there's also Mouser Foundry. I think I'm going Courier Mouser Foundry here. Maybe ending up in some weird green-red pile off of the late Courier. And then there's a great protection spell, Saved by the Shell. Raptor's a fine value play for the green decks, or Mind Transfer Protocol if we get pushed to like blue-red artifacts. I think I'll go with the Raptor here. April did wheel, but again, I don't think she's great. Might still take her over like Zooscapies. I don't know. This kind of green-red off archetype pile could be fun. Let's hop into it. Let's hop onto it. Michelangelo now. Green's certainly looking like one of the most open colors here. All right, pack 2, pick 1. Got some pretty mediocre packs in terms of what we're opening today, sadly, but Nunchuck is solid. Just no really good rare here. Might just take Nunchuck and Pachyderm. Just green-red beats, just play big creatures for their mana value, play a bunch of burn spells and fight spells, and beat down. Seems fine. Guac and Marshmallow Pizza is a food for the Courier to tutor up, which kind of take any food you can get with that card. Henchbots has been a pretty big underperformer because it doesn't stop anything with vigilance or anything that's just holding up on blocks, and it's pretty fragile. It's easy for that to die, and they just get their card back. Stumpy and have not been impressed by that. Let's just take the green and the red card here. There's a good top-end spell, Westwind Avatar, and some ramp to get towards it. Frog Butler plus Avatar. Speculative Fixing with the Omni Cheese Pizza. Random Chunky Finisher with Venus. Foundry's good, but I already have 2, and we're not like an Artifact Synergy deck. I guess I'll just take Venus and Speculative Fixing. More Speculative Fixing and a Cryptid. All right, pack 3. Give me some kind of bomb rare. We have a perfectly solid core to the deck, but no like power at high rarities. Okay, we didn't get a bomb rare, but spicy oatmeal pizza is a very good food to tutor out with Courier of Comestibles. So getting a pizza and a second Courier Looks like a really solid start. I don't think Cool But Rude does a ton in draft. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Yeah, I'm happy to just take another food and the food tutor. A second spicy oatmeal pizza. Let's go. Call this deck Papa John's. We're just searching for pizza all day. I'm really tempted to take Does Machines here as well. We have a Frog Butler. We have an Omni Cheese Pizza. We splash a bit of blue. Use this to pick up the pizzas from our grave to replay them again. I'm going to speculate on that over a Pachyderm. Pachyderm's like the way safer pick, though. Yeah, I don't have a ton of creatures. Okay, let's go pizza and Pachyderm. Just 2-color pizza. It's like a life gain creature, too, so it's really good at helping stabilize. Punk Frogs and Raphael. Ooh, another Westwind Avatar to top us off. We don't have the 4-mana Michelangelo either, so we can shove that in there. Tenderize for removal. And I'm probably not playing Point Squad. All right, let's make some quick adjustments to this deck before we get into the gameplay, but this one looks really fun. Green-red smackdown with a fun little food sub-theme. "19 creatures. Let's cut Raphael. Got Punk Frogs. So a couple creatures for sure. We cut this ramp for sure. These Omni Cheese Pizzas. 4 more cuts to go. Just cut the Venus and go for an easy mana base. Don't worry about any splash there. Might have enough removal to cut the least efficient, which is bot bashing time. Cut the punks and cut 1 foundry. All right, yeah, looks great to me. Green-red beatdown with a pizza delivery service in the mix. We'll see how it plays out for us as we hop into the gameplay and see how far this one can take us. All right, here we are on the play for game number 1. We got Frog Butler trying to ramp in some stuff. He's going to need some help. We got to draw some more lands, but we'll get us started well. Uh-oh. Green-white from our opponent. They immediately start with Mikey and Leo. They draw a card every time they put a counter on one of their creatures, but only once per turn. Okay, I'm just going to counter that immediately and just Manhole Missile that to not have to worry about it. I'm going to ditch a 5-drop. Draw a Pachyderm. Poke. Mutant Town Musicians. 2/4. Drop a Pachyderm. We're actually at the point I'm already perfectly happy with the trade. Okay, so if they don't block, we play the Pachyderm. If they do block, we play Michelangelo and get the +1/+1 counter there. Playing against Boros, there's the removal for Pachyderm. Tenderizes our draw. Okay. Should play Michelangelo and hold up a Tenderize. Then I could play Cryptid and use the Mutagen in the same turn to get the +1/+1 counter from the Cryptid, as well as the counter on Michelangelo for disappearing something. Pretty rude work from the Frog Butler there. Take those. Mutagen for the counter on both. We got a 4-4 and a 3-4 against an empty board right now. But there's a 2-4 Flying Vigilance. Ooh, and then the really good class for when they're attacking. +1/+1 counter every time they attack. That's very good with a vigilant creature like the Avatar. Because then they get to keep getting these counters and having them up on blocks. Pachyderm isn't high enough power to kill it because it's going to attack as a 2/5 anyway. So I might just Ragamuffin Raptor back our Butler here. Since the reach doesn't matter anyway. We'll be mana efficient this way, and we're ready to set up a death-touching reach blocker. It's another great rare for our opponent. Reanimate 2 of their creatures from their grave, and it synergizes super well with Leader's Talent, because now Mikey and Leo are drawing a card every turn off of the Leader's Talent. Get triple rared hard. We had a great curve with some good interaction, but we do not have the individual card quality our opponent has. There's their 4th rare now against our 0 so far. Dang. I mean, I'm pretty sure we lose this game at this rate, but I think it was still a good showing from our deck. We just didn't have the rare power that they had. However we play it now, we are really far behind. Mikey and Leader's Talent together. Yeah, the 4/3 just runs into the 3/5 and dies. The 3/4 bounces off the 2/4. We just don't have attacks. Rough. And find removal for the Frog Butler too. Let's just keep the combo going. The double strike equipment, so we're just straight dead next turn now. And just a land for us. Can gain 2 and be at 11, so I'm not technically dead. So we will play it out. Now we're on Forced Chump. Because the removal spell made another creature to trigger the alliance. Just a land for us. Alright. That game was going so good for a moment. And then the rares did not stop. Tragedy strikes. A huge, huge turnaround from our opponent there. And that'll be 0-1 heading to game 2. Here we are on the play for game number 2. We just play an oatmeal pizza on the defensive and just hang out for a while. But then I can eat the pizza and pick it back up with the raptor and do it all over again. Got our big stabilizing creature now, the Pachyderm. 4/4 that gains 2 when it enters. We can throw a nunchuck on it to beat something else up. Starts looking great. I'm not going to throw pizza at the Squirrelinoids, so we'll just start with Zoo Escapees, since we drew into that. opponent's on black, white, and green. There's the Insectoid Exterminator. Wouldn't mind throwing a pizza at that, but I can also just be mana efficient, play a reach creature, and hold them off. Could poke for 2 here, but because they're on black and white, those are some of the stronger cards. Those are some of the colors with stronger sneak cards. So being able to have a good blocker for the 1/1 and a good blocker for the 2/2 feels reasonable. Okay. Stomp by the foot, they spend their Death Toucher and their removal spell to kill our 4/4 reach. And then now I can actually play the Nunchuck on the Exterminator. So we'll have a 3/3 off of this. Save the pizza for somebody else. They want to trade the kitty for the escapees. That's also pretty fine value for me. Yeah, I'm very happy with this trade. Lord Dreg, there's the pizza target. Probably eat the pizza in their end step so I can play Raptor next turn. It's Pachyderm of their own. We got a free attack with our 1/1. Because if they block, we use the Foundry. I don't know if it's actually better to pick up the pizza or just the other Pachyderm. Dark Leo and Shredder. Darkness. Boop. And poke. And we're just kind of slowly grinding out value here, getting a little bit farther ahead every turn off of these little slightly favorable interactions like we've been having. Of like, clear out your card and I get a 1/1. Clear out your card and I get my pizza back. Pizza Super Shredder away. They're down to 1 card in their hand now. Playing off the top. Karai, Future of the Foot. Karai? Karai? I don't know any of these characters' names. Go. Got a guac and marshmallow pizza now. We do need to make sure she does not hit us. Which I guess we can do with guac and marshmallow pizza on blocks, because it untaps. Swirlinoids is their final card. Just slowly shredding them apart now. I mean, not even slowly. We deal like half their life total every turn, just a couple turns from lethal. And there's the concession. That is 1-1 heading into game number 3. All right, here we are on the play for game number 3. Lead off with our turn 2 Frog Butler, get a turn 3 Pachyderm going, and just try to put a lot of pressure on our opponent early with how quickly we're going to play. our large threats. There's an improvised arsenal. That's a terrifying card out of the blue-red artifacts deck. It can give a huge buff for really cheap, only one to equip. And then later in the game, just their whole board is just unstoppably large. They've got their own pizza deal with Pachyderm here, which is very unfortunate, because we really need to put pressure on them with how strong Arsenal is in the late game. And we haven't drawn any other creatures this game, so at this rate, they are going to survive long enough for that Arsenal to start doing some really terrifying things. Wow. And then the Rock Soldiers to blow up the Foundry, so we don't get to blow anything up with it. We still get the 1/1 out of it, so it's not horrific, but certainly not good. We can Raptor back the Pachyderm. That feels pretty good. More oatmeal pizza. It's pretty good. Eat a pizza, go back to 16. Send in the 4/3. Pachyderm and send in the team. We're winning the race. We have a removal spell and a protection spell, so you gotta have some good follow through from there. Does machines draw 2, discard 2? So they get to do some digging, but they're about to take 8 to the face, go to 5 life here. Because we can manhole missile their soldiers and send everybody in. However, this is a really, really good card here because they can then level to it and pick up their oatmeal pizza. Clear out some more threats. Our Pachyderm is out of reach of the pizza at this point, though. So even if they pick up a pizza and play one, Pachyderm does not die. So the wide board could be potentially unstoppable. Nobody to pick up the pizza, play a land, play it. I think that still wouldn't work, though, because it shoots them in the face. And they could only kill a 1/1 here. Yeah, it's just going to be a little too slow. Looks like they are definitely dead here. Good stuff. That is 2-1 heading into game number 4. All right, here we are on the play for game number 4. Turn 2 Mouser Foundry, and then we're just chilling till a turn 4 Pachyderm. Our late games are really good, though. Turn 4 Pachyderm, turn 5 Raptor, turn 6 play whatever the Raptor picked up, and then turn 7 West of Wind to Avatar. So if we live a long time, we'll have a good time, and our draw was great there. We found a 3-mana creature to fill out this mana curve, so if we just draw lands from this point on, we're super happy. But we really only need to draw 1 more land to be in a great spot. There's the Double Strike Jitte, which is not very good on their board because they just have the small stuff right now. But it could be threatening later. Leonardo's technique. Reanimate a creature from their grave. This is much less bad than the last time it happened to us. Just going to use the Mouse or Foundry. I'm not going to play Ragamuffin Raptor if there's nothing to pick up from our grave. There's an old Hob to poke us for 2 every turn. Sure, we'll go 1/1 for 1/1 here. Pachyderm trades into Old Hob, and then the Raptor brings the Pachyderm back for us. Dawn and Leo, they don't have any good cards to flicker anymore. That's very strong with like Mouse or Foundry, because when it leaves or enters, they get a 1/1, so if they flicker this, they get 2 1/1s over and over. Just play a big old 7/7. It's the only card big enough to attack through the 4/6. Draw a card here in our end step. It's another land. So there's the bonus combat step. Raph and Leo, whenever they attack, they get another combat step with 2 of their creatures untapping. Yeah. Still no enter the battlefield effects for Dawn and Leo, though. They are throwing double strike on them. Slow trade into Westwind Avatar at worst. Courier of Comestibles. Can find our pizza, which isn't big enough to kill Dawn and Leo anyway. So let's just like attack first and see what they do. Oh, they take it? Okay, then we find a pizza and kill them. Cool. To the face. We pied them with pizza pie. The best way to win. That is 3-1 heading into the final battle. Yet another draft starting off 0-1 and recovering all the way to the finals. Here we are for the final battle. We desperately need to draw a red source. And I think I'm on 7. Yeah, I'm on 10-7 here. I think I need to mulligan this. This is keepable. Ditch the 7 mana play. And we still need to draw some good spells, but it's much less risky than our opening hand. We're on the draw here. Our opponent's on blue-red. First draw is Frog Butler, which is a good one. That can give us a turn 3 Pachyderm if they don't immediately kill it. They are going to immediately kill it. Always bolt the bird. Poke us for 1 with Wingnut. Drop a courier here. Grab a pizza. I'm going to take a spicy oatmeal pizza, even though I can't cast it yet, because I just don't think a revealed guac and marshmallow pizza is particularly strong. Donatello just has a 3/4 no card draw. Here's our Pachyderm. Baxter Stockman. The classic 5-drop for blue-red artifacts. The double trigger for Wingnut too. Offering the trade for Pachyderm, but if I take it, I can't nunchuck Baxter. Another green source is awkward. Nunchuck this Baxter. They've got 2 cards left in their hand. I feel as though I'm playing full defensive for the plan. Wait, I could have double block Wingnut? No, it had flying and menace. So Courier didn't have reach, so I couldn't double block it. Fingers crossed, Casey Jones does not draw them a card. It does, and it's an incredible card. Metalhead is such a premium uncommon. Really, really strong tempo play. Get a 4/4 on the board, bounce our biggest creature, and do some other stuff, and we are still drawing red spells. Here's Raptor picking up the Death Toucher. Pass the turn. They bounce our Pachyderm. Just can get the Wingnut in. These are some easy trades at least. There's the red source. Pizza the Metalhead. Drop the Frog Butler. Second Baxter Stockman is very, very threatening because it's adding a bunch of power immediately to this attack. Bunch of damage immediately. Pachyderm to gain a little bit of life. Manhole Missile, Mr. Baxter. Mouser Foundry's perfectly fine here. I think I'm keeping everything. Oh my god. Brilliance Unleashed. Kill our creature, bring back Metalhead, bounce a creature. That'll do it. We go to 2 and there's no recovering from that. Dang, disappointing ending here. I feel like we could have won this game with a good 7, but we just had 2 mono-colored hands in a row. Some rough moles. Actually, I don't remember what our 7-card hand was, but it was not keepable. It was either mono-colored or just did not have gas. Yeah. All right. Mana base catches us up to us a little bit there. Our luck catches up to us a little bit there. Didn't need to play too much faster to have that chance to stabilize off the avatar, but we did need to hit our colors a little bit faster than we did there. Alas, it was not to be. 3-2, still a very solid record, still in the money here, still a positive win rate, but would have loved to grab another trophy run here. Another look at the deck. I don't think 10-7 split is crazy for this deck. We have 17 green cards and only 6 red. But obviously that last game It really, really didn't pan out for us. Maybe 9-8 would have worked better for us, but then there's all the chances of having, double mountain, one forest games with like 2 green spells you want to play in the same turn. So I think a 9-8 mana base would have been slightly worse on average. But this mana base was certainly worse in the final game. Yeah, this was a great deck. I'm happy I went off archetype in this pod. I just think that there was just a bunch of good green beef and solid red burn. And then we have the really good courier plus pizza combo that really pushed us into this deck. And it played out great. I'm glad I went for that little synergy there. I think it was absolutely worth it. And this deck was more than capable of a trophy run. So yeah, I like how we drafted and how we played for the most part. Just did not quite get there. Just a normal positive win rate run, just a solid run, if not the full trophy. 3-2 for 1,000 gems and 2 packs as the prize out today. But that is going to end today's video. As always, I'd like to thank my patrons and YouTube members for their support, as well as you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it and you're interested in seeing some more, you can always like, comment, and subscribe to tell the YouTube algorithm to send you some more on your recommended feed. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can check out the Patreon link in the description below. And other than that, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Magic Arena.